Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're coming to you with some blended whiskeys from Douglas Laing.
Two of them.
Dose.
Scallywag and TIMOROUS BEASTIE.
We're testing it.
Let's test it.
Test it! No. All right, Scott, tell the story, tell the tale. Wax on, wax off.
All right. Full disclosure on this: these were not sent to us by Douglas Laing.
Nope.
We were in the liquor store. Of course, I don't want to say we're well known.
Well known.
In our liquor store.
Legendary.
But as we're in there perusing the aisle one day, or I think was I by myself?
You were alone, sir. You went untethered.
I actually go ahead. So all of a sudden, these four show up in our liquor store: Scallywag, TIMOROUS BEASTIE, Rock Oyster, and Big Pete. I think that one's going to be your favorite.
I'm excited. I just like the cover art that's going on here, but
at the very moment that I'm in the liquor store, call it fate. The rep is in there,
Kismet,
from the distributor that brought these to the store.
The rep.
Take these.
Boom.
Test them.
We've heard about you. We've heard about your show.
Basically.
You have not reviewed this on your show. Please review it. So we didn't buy these. These were, I believe they were doing some tastings in store. And they said, hey, go do this on the show.
Well, yeah, and that's the only thing we've got is that these have been used for tastings. These are open bottles.
Yeah.
There's not that much left in them. We'd like to see more.
So we actually had to do blind tasting. We have not tried these before. What we usually do is we'll try them at home, we'll test them out, we'll make our notes, we come on the show. Did it change? Is it the same? So this is almost old school for us, where we used to buy something, zip it open right on the show as a rookie, and immediately try and taste it. Of course, what we found out in the intervening time is that if you sit and spend some time with it, make some notes, you can really get a lot more depth. You can come back to it a couple times and then do it on the show. And it gives a better review overall. But I like, and the fans have even liked sometimes when we do these impromptu things that we do. So this one is going to be...
That is the TIMOROUS BEASTIE.
Okay.
Now, and we're going to...
You talk about it.
We're improving as we go on these.
It's got a mouse.
I was looking for a percentage on that one. Maybe it says on the bottle. Oh, 46.8% on the TIMOROUS BEASTIE.
Okay.
If you didn't cover, these are blends from Douglas Laing.
Right.
So on the TIMOROUS BEASTIE, this is from Highland malts that include Blair Athol or Blair Athol, Glengarioch,
Pronounce that cleanly, sir. Pronounce
Dalmore, and Glengoyne distilleries. The original, and this is from the packaging, TIMOROUS BEASTIE. The original TIMOROUS BEASTIE, immortalized in Robert Burns's famous Scots poem, To a Mouse, was a timid little field mouse, echoing our national bard's wit. Ours is most certainly not for the faint-hearted.
I just poured this for you. First of all, I love the phrase scallywag. I've used it at the office.
You referred to your co-workers as scallywags, and some people that did not know that term. Several years ago.
Yeah, multiple years ago. I was joking. I was larking, and let's just say I jokingly, someone said, I don't know. They said something, and I said, "Listen here, all you bees." Okay, and it was said with a very, very humorous note, very humorous. But a supervisor at the time said, I don't know if that's right. So I decided to use what I call pirate speak. And I decided from there on out, I would use scallywags. All right, I looked it up to make sure it wasn't anything offensive, and it just meant like wild person or something. I can't even remember. I don't know if they have it on here. It was like a wildness, and I thought, perfect. So henceforth at the office, I referred to troops as scallywags whenever I was being jovial. I love the dog on here. He's got a monocle. That is awesome. I know nothing about this, but good things come in small packages. Take our scallywag here, the latest in a line of Douglas Laing family fox terriers, the cheeky wee rascal scallywag with this one remaining front tooth, blah, blah, and it goes on. I'm not going to read the whole deal. I shouldn't say blah, blah. But
well, it does. This is okay. So this one is Highland. This one is Speyside.
Yes.
And it does list a few of the distilleries that the
sorry,
whiskeys
I
are
will
sourced
read
from.
down to that. The small batch release is a blend of the finest Speyside malts, including, amongst others, those distilled at Mortlock, Macallan, and Glenrothes distilleries, with a sweetly spiced warmth at its heart. You're right, that was the key part I needed to get to. They got a little dog paw in the back. I love that.
It's like a fingerprint.
I love it.
The
Yeah,
dog
I
is
love it. Director of malts.
46% on that one.
46% ABV. So,
I noticed you poured a little heavy on yours. What
you
do
want to
with the bottle?
switch?
Oh,
it's
in
back
there.
in there. You want to switch? That's a good call. You want to switch? I feel
No.
better. Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, you poured. See, you didn't have my expert.
I do
gentle
not have
touch.
your depth
on
skill.
the pour.
I maybe accidentally poured more.
Yeah.
It was an accident. So first of all, the colors are interesting.
Okay,
You're
well,
definitely
anyway,
a little bit lighter.
We did show you the 4 of them, so we're going to do these 2 together, and then we're going to do Big Pete and Rock Oyster together. Now, I'll tell you, just on the nose, the Timorous Beastie
I'm here
smells
now.
almost like the Rock Oyster. I get a sea salt.
See, I haven't had the rock oyster. You tried that.
I did get a sample of the Rock Oyster in the store that day, so, and I get a little bit of a sea salt on this, and a citrus and a grainy, almost more like a grain whiskey.
Okay, I get brine. I get a raw vanilla.
Now, I covered up my
Cream.
Scallywag because I went to nose it. I nosed this one first and I got those notes, and then I went and nosed the Scallywag, and I wasn't getting that much. So I thought, let me cover it for a second and let
Okay.
those aromas build.
Covered it with our coin. We got coins. Yes, they're helping us make money to keep the show going. $10. Sorry, slight plug. That's interesting. Definitely brine, sweet. Get a little sweet molasses.
Now the color as well, the Scallywag is definitely darker.
Lighter, a little bit cloudy. I'm assuming. Well, it's a blend, so
Yeah.
interesting.
The Scallywag does have a darker color though than the Timorous Beastie does.
All right, I'm staying with the Timorous Beastie. I'm going to come back to the Scallywag, which is covered. Interesting. I do get that cereal malt.
Oh, just on the back,
Cream
looking at
vanilla.
on the back of the Timorous Beastie can, it's overridingly sweet initially on the nose, then warms to floral, light barley, and spicy honey tones.
Wow.
Which one? You do the
Timorous
Timorous
Beastie.
Beastie?
Cream. It was like an explosion of cream, and then it softened. Vanillaed up.
Wow, that is
A little dry on the cheek. That is interesting.
vanilla cream. Very smooth. The honey sweetness.
Really bursts of flavor as soon as you take it in. Wow.
Very well done.
Little spark. And then yeah, just I almost get like a custard finish. As it fades away, I get a vanilla custard. It feels almost like a thick vanilla custard when you first put it in your mouth and it hits your tongue. Not a long aftertaste, drops off sharp. Lingers a little bit.
Okay, as soon as I covered this and looking, they say on the back of the Scallywag that it gets the rich color from the sherry butts that some of the whiskeys have been in that they've selected. And as soon as I took my cover off of this, I got just the faint sherry on the nose, the almonds.
Do you want to cleanse your palate at all?
I wasn't gonna.
Okay. I think I need to. Just a little water. That was delicious.
Oh yeah. Okay, there's mine. That's mine right there.
Really?
The Scallywag.
You like the scally?
Yep. Yep, that sherry sweetness is definitely coming through. It's not so much on the nose. I had to cover it to get it on the nose.
You know what might have helped if you did this?
That could help. Witness protection program.
You can't see me.
The almonds and nutmeg, oak, vanilla,
I get almost a fig
fig.
on the nose. Interesting. You're right. I'm not getting as much there, though. The nose is a little more subtle. I can see a little bit of almond. Huh.
Well done.
Not see, smell.
And really, I mean, it's both of these. That's a good idea. Let's take our Highlands and blend them. Let's just blend together some Highlands, and you get that flavor profile that you get from a lot of Highlands. A light, citrusy, grassiness. Let's take our Spaysides. Let's blend them together with some sherry caskings.
Is that what they do
that.
there?
Yeah.
Because I do pick up some of the raisin. I can see why you like this. There's no, well, the aftertaste. I do get a little dark fruit aftertaste even now. This one fades out on me a little quicker than the, I'm still forgetting the name of this. The
TIMOROUS Beastie.
TIMOROUS Beastie. I'm just going to call it Beastie.
I'm just sitting here drinking the Scallywag now. I better go back to the TIMOROUS Beastie and retouch on it.
I get more wood. There's an oakiness with the raisin, with the darker fruit. Yeah, it's rounded as it finishes. It's got a little roundness, and then it just trails off, feathers out, disappears.
Fudge.
But it's clean.
A fudge on the
Well,
palate.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, there's a little chocolate fudge there.
At the end, at the
Yeah.
tail end.
You're exactly right. Yeah, it's almost that exact same aftertaste you get from the fudge when you're done, and it lingers. Interesting. Good call, brother. Wow. Now, let me say this right off the bat. I love blends. I think there's a distinct artisanship to the blending. Yes, single malts are good. An experienced blender, a compass box, Don Sutcliffe's exceptional. What Douglas Laing has going on in here, this, I believe, it's directed art. I mean, it really hits in on an art, a gift to say, I'm putting this with this, I'm blending that amount with this amount, and look what I got. And that is where every once in a while I'll run into somebody that's like, it's a blended. I'm like, blended's phenomenal. Not only for its consistency, if you're talking about a Johnny Walker, but for its artisanship. Let's
Yes.
see.
Yeah, I agree. Don't discount the blends at all. And this is the first time I've had them. I'm very impressed.
First time you've had these, the Douglas Langs. Me too. There's been a siren song call of the peat. But wow, is this really?
Well, and I warned them to, we'll talk about that when we talk about Big Pete. Yes. Okay, both good, definite sherry influence on the Speyside blend of the Scallywag.
I'm saying snarkies. Holy snarkies right
Holy
now.
shnikes.
Shnikes, sorry, I had a schnark. I said schnark. I meant schnike.
Both well done. This is a little lighter. This is your Highlands. Think citrusy, think maltiness, grassiness, honeyed citrus. Think, well, and probably just from this, I hate to say just think sherry, because that's not just your Spaysides.
And it's not a sherry bomb.
No. No, mild hints.
Right.
Mild hints of sherry.
Wow. This is interesting. We didn't know quite how to do these because we're thinking, should we do them individually? But there's not so much, because they were used in some tastings. There wasn't a lot there for us to trade samples back and forth and really get in depth. So we decided to go with a 2-bottle deal on both, and to really just experience it for the first time live. We almost need a segment, like called The Unveiling or something, where every once in a while we do something totally blind to bring back that. It was Gerald. Jerry was saying that was one of the first things that got him interested, was that he felt like we were trying it with him. I'm telling you, this is an experience for us. You've got to go out and try this. These are exceptional blends. Exceptional.
I hate to score these just on this initial impression when we're sitting here. They're good. They're both well good. They're both well done. But I think we can segue right into it. And I even hate to do is it worth it, because we didn't buy these. But I'll talk about.
Do you know how much they are?
Yeah. Two of these are $60 and two of them are $70. I don't remember which two are which two.
Yes.
I think the Big Pete and the Rock Oyster are 70, and I think these two are both 60.
We're gonna get to these. If these are if this is what's to come here, hello.
And keep in mind, these were provided. We didn't buy these, but I'm saying if I would have spent my hard-earned money on either one of these, I would not be disappointed.
No.
Let's put it that way.
Wow. Definitely worth it. I mean, if you're dropping $70 on that, it's a blended. Do not turn your nose up to these blends. These are phenomenal. You know, I wasn't sure. I dig the packaging. I mean, they really have done a good job on the marketing side. And so I thought, okay, all right. I mean, I know I'm moving into blendeds, and I have no problem with blendeds at all. These are exceptional. Mm-hmm. These are exceptional. I gotta admit, Compass Box, the exceptional from Don Sutcliffe, and these
Johnny Walker,
Douglas Lang's. But I'm really excited by what's going on in the blended world. Very excited.
Well done. They did a good job with these two, and next week we'll take a look at Big Pete and Rock Oyster. Mm-hmm. So.
I can't wait. Just saying.
Bart briefly mentioned our challenge coins that we got. They are available on ScotchTestDummies.com. They're $10 a piece. Go there, you can get more information on them and look at them.
We do make money off these to help us do the show. And surprisingly or not, you knew this coming in. You knew they were going to work well as a topper for a Glen Cairn.
That's why we ordered this size.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they come in with a bigger? Do they even have a bigger size?
Yeah. Yeah.
We may try a bigger size sometime, but I'm loving
The problem is, though, I looked at those and for carrying it around in your pocket.
Yeah.
This is about max size. This is a 2-inch coin.
I got big pockets. They call me at work. They call me Big Pockets Bart.
So check out ScotchTestDummies.com. Order one of our Glen Cairns if you haven't. Order a coin. Challenge your buddies. You see them out in a bar. You say, "Hi, I'm a Scotch Test Dummy fan." You see us in a bar and you say, "Bam! Look what I got."
I'll make you a deal. If you flash one of these at a bar for me, that sounds bad. If you show this to me at a bar, I'll buy you a dram. How's that?
Ooh.
How's that? Now, there's not too many of these out, so I'm pretty safe now.
That's true, yeah.
Pretty safe now. 5 years from now, if we're huge,
what's the expiration date on that?
That lasts through 2017. Through 2017. If we blow up, our numbers are going like this, guys. Our numbers are going like this. If we blow up, and all of a sudden everybody's like, there's 5 of them. They're like, look at that. Look at that. And I get to pick the dram. It'll be a good dram, but I'm not dropping like $50 on a single dram.
Well, these are serial numbered up to, we ordered 250 was our first batch.
And this is cask 1.
We labeled them cask 1, which means
this
was the first run.
His idea, cask 1, 250 of these labeled.
Yep.
We did peel off some of them.
We're going to put aside.
Yeah, we're putting them aside so that there's some sets in the future, but there's plenty. There's plenty.
Yep. All right.
I won't say blend it, you Scotch gods.
I'm going to say scotch it, you scallywags.
So launch it, dummies.
Slancha.
We're all over the place. See you guys.